we place high premium on staff welfare and development, as our people are our greatest asset. Together, we will usher a new era of service transparency and innovation at the Federal Inland Revenue Service. You must bear in mind that our primary mission is to serve the people of Nigeria, and we do so with renewed commitment to service excellence.
That is the Acting Executive Chairman FIRS, Mr. Zaccheaus Adedeji, who you'll recall assumed the mantle of leadership at the FIRS on Monday, the 25th of September 2023. He is currently on a tour of FIRS offices across the country, touching base with staff across all levels, in keeping with the conventional wisdom that staff, personnel, are at the very core of any organization. It all began at the Awolowo Road, Lagos office of the service, which houses the Lagos Island region, comprising several large and medium tax offices. The Lagos Island region of the FIRS is easily the golden goose that lays the golden egg.
This is the hub of economic of Federal Inland Revenue Service. State Coordinator Office was created many years ago to coordinate all the activities of all the offices in Lagos Island. But in Lagos Island comprises of many offices. We have Special Task Office Group, Almighty Oil and Gas, under the STOG. We have International Tax Department, under STOG. We have Stamp Duty Office. And let me go to GTOG, General Tax Operation Group. That is the father of all in terms of populations. We have 10 MSTOs in Lagos Island. We have MSTO, which is Micro Small Tax Office. We have Ikoyi 1, Ikoyi 2. We have Broad Street, MSTO, Onikan. We have Aja 1, Aja 2. We have VI 1, VI 2. And the most recent one, which is Epe. We have enforcement support group. We have tax investigations in this place, and we have enforcement unit. We have compliance support group tax office here. We have MSTA. We have about 5 MSTA, which is micro and small tax audit. 5. We have large tax audit, financial. We have MTA 1, MTA 2. Under the GTOG, we have large tax office. Large tax office, financial, non-financial, and we have telecommunications and broadcasting department. We have LTO telecommunication, MTO communication, and they have their own special audit. And we have oil and gas with its own associated. We have about 8 offices in oil and gas. I'm honored to be the state coordinator, and you are welcome to our midst. Thank you very much.
Introductions over. The Acting Executive Chairman FIRS began by laying out the purpose of the visit.
It gives me a great pleasure meeting all of you here today as part of my familiarization visit to the offices and one-on-one engagement with the staff of the service at our field offices. This meeting is also strategic because it gives me the opportunity to interact with you and get first-hand information on the operational challenges faced at the field offices in order to address them. It also provides ample opportunity to receive your input and align it with my strategic action plans and corporate goals for the coming year.
Mr. Adedeji proceeded to pour encomiums on staff and management of the service.
I would also like to take this moment to acknowledge the tremendous work done by the dedicated staff of the service. Your commitment to duty, professionalism, and hard work have been pivotal in ensuring the financial stability of our great nation. In my acceptance speech at the handover ceremony and my maiden address to staff on 25th September 2023, I highlighted that we have an audacious vision of accelerated revenue collection and achieving an 80% tax to GDP ratio in the next 3 years to ensure financial stability and reduce the nation's reliance on borrowing. This aligns with the Federal Inland Revenue Service vision of making taxation a pivot of national development. Accordingly, my vision for the future of the service is rooted in efficient service delivery, transparency, and innovation. However, we cannot achieve this vision without proper synergy and collaboration. As we embark on this journey together, I want to reiterate my call for efficiency, professionalism, integrity, ownership, and collective responsibility in line with our core values.
The acting executive chairman also laid out what he termed the primary mission of his tenure.
You must bear in mind that our primary mission is to serve the people of Nigeria, and we do so with renewed commitment to service excellence. Every Nigerian taxpayer and other stakeholders deserve to experience efficient and cautious service when dealing with us. Accordingly, we will work to simplify our processes, reduce bureaucratic hurdles, and enhance customer service at every level. I understand that trust is essential in tax administration, and will strive to build a culture of transparency and accountability. Therefore, our administration will entrench and maintain the highest standards of transparency and accountability in our operation. To boost tax morale, we will collaborate with other relevant government agencies to communicate to taxpayers how their taxes are being used wisely and for the benefit of all. We will improve tax compliance through education and engagement, ensuring every Nigerian understands the importance of contributing to our national development.
On the use of technology in tax administration,
I believe that embracing technology will help us operate more efficiently and reduce the cost of revenue collection.
on staff welfare,
We will place high premium on staff welfare and development, as our people are our greatest asset. My administration will invest in training and capacity building for our staff to ensure they are well equipped to handle the complexities of modern tax administration. This will enhance our operational efficiency and boost staff morale and job satisfaction. We will continuously improve staff welfare and prompt payment of benefits and entitlement. And as our cost of collection increases through our collective efforts, we will consider additional benefits and welfare package to enhance performance.
with regards to collaboration with stakeholders.
Going forward, we will continue working closely with other government agencies, state revenue boards, and international organizations to strengthen tax administration and ensure Nigeria gets its fair share of global tax revenues. Therefore, effective collaboration is crucial in addressing tax evasion and illicit financial flows. We will engage with the public, civil society organizations, and media to foster a sense of collective responsibility for tax compliance. An informed citizenry is crucial for a thriving tax administration, and we will make every effort to share information about our activities and initiatives. It is also pertinent to admonish that the service under my leadership will not condone any act of indiscipline, corruption by the staff, unauthorized release of official or taxpayer information, rumor mongering, and mischievous distortion of facts, absence from work, and other acts of misconduct will not be tolerated. As we take steps to adopt new technological tools, I am happy that we embrace the attendant changes and do not sabotage management efforts. While our administration will be open to new ideas and input by staff, I strongly reaffirm my call that staff must follow approved official communication channels through their superiors. In conclusion, I want to emphasize that our success as an institution is tied directly to our commitment to serve Nigerian people. Our role in revenue generation is critical to the survival and development of our nation. Therefore, I call on all of you to join me in this endeavor. Let us work together with dedication and integrity to build a stronger, more resilient, prosperous Nigeria. Together, we will usher a new era of service, transparency, and innovation at the Federal Inland Revenue Service.
Following the address of the acting executive chairman, the meeting went into an interactive mode. One of the issues that came up was that of accumulated interest and penalty arising from audit and investigation on tax Promax. Yet another is the centralization of the operation of tax Promax at the headquarters.
Sir, I just want to bring your attention to the tax administration platform that we currently use, the tax Promax. As it is today, there are so many restrictions on that platform that not enabling us to administer taxes properly. I would suggest that there should be a little bit of loosening up. When somebody rises in the system and gets to the level of assistant director, deputy director, I think there should be a little bit of more trust that we will not compromise on our jobs. But as it is today, there are so many things that are tied up in Abuja that it makes it difficult for us to service our taxpayers. So if the tax Promax can be loosened up a little bit to give more rights to tax offices, particularly tax controllers and maybe their designees, to help us to be able to resolve so many bottlenecks that we're having in the system in terms of compliance and payment and payment. Just my point is loosening up the tax Promax to grant more access, more rights to heads of offices to be able to service our taxpayers properly. Thank you, sir.
I will start from Dr. Adepoju. And your question is on accumulated interest on tax Promax. I think management has taken notice of that. And I remember this morning I just approved changes to the tax Promax this morning. So, after our meeting now, we'll conclude with technical people and the level of the changes that we'll make. Every system is built to be dynamic. So it's not a problem of tax Promax, but it's because there are changes in the environment, in the situation where we do business. And as a result, that is why we change. That is why it is not static. So two of you will have to see me through your director or CD to take more input so that they can include and accommodate all those things that you feed officers as observed, and that will help us.
That's big relief to taxpayers.
I'm a very busy man. My business involves a lot of traveling and I interface with lots and lots of people and organizations. Tax compliance used to be a big drag on my business. It was time consuming and very costly. But now, no more. Introducing the FIRS Tax Promax, the truly fully end-to-end tax administration solution for companies' income tax, value-added tax, petroleum profits tax, and all other tax types. For fast, efficient, and convenient end-to-end tax experience, log on to www.taxpromax.firs.gov.ng. Tax Promax has turned things around for me. It is fast, user-friendly, and cost-effective. FIRS, making tax administration as easy as ABC.
The Nigeria Police Trust Fund Act was passed by the National Assembly in April 2019 and signed into law by the President on 24th June 2019. The Act imposes a levy on the net profit of companies operating business in Nigeria to be paid into the fund. The Act establishes a fund, proceeds from which will be used to train police personnel and procure security machinery and equipment. The Act imposes a levy of 0.005% of the net profit of companies operating business in Nigeria, which translates into 5 naira per 100,000 naira of net profits. All companies operating business in Nigeria, including small companies as defined under SITA, non-resident companies and non-profit organizations that carry on trade or business in Nigeria are liable to pay Nigeria Police Trust Fund Levy. The fund will also consist of 0.5% total revenue accruing to the Federation account, in addition to proceeds from grants, intervention funds, aids, donations, investment income, and so on. The Act empowers the Federal Inland Revenue Service to assess, collect, account for, and enforce the payment of the levy imposed by subsection 1B of the Act. The effective date for the implementation of this provision shall be 1st January 2022. This implies that Nigeria Police Trust Fund Levy shall be chargeable on the net profit of 2021 financial statements of all companies operating business in Nigeria. The implication of this is that when you paid your company's income tax in 2022, which was on the accounts for the accounting year 2021, you should have paid alongside the company's income tax a police trust fund levy. That is to say, companies filing for accounts in 2023 for 2022 accounting year are paying police trust fund levy for the second time. The trust fund is to operate for a period of 6 years from the commencement of the Act, after which it would cease to exist unless extended for any further period by an Act of the National Assembly. 0.005% of net profit. Little drops of water, they say, make a mighty ocean. Let us all join hands to give Nigeria a befitting police force. It is expected that in a few years' time, dividends of the levy will be felt across police formations across the country in the provision of equipment, welfare of personnel, construction and maintenance of police stations and barracks, vehicles, and many more.
The purpose of taxation at the end of the day is to be able, is for the government to be able to provide certain goods and services that are usually called pure public goods that can only be provided by government. So one of the most important functions of government is maintaining law and order, providing property rights, ensuring Nigeria is fully represented in the community of other countries. And because of this, obviously, you need money to do these things. So how does government get money? It is through taxation.
It is an offense punishable by a fine of 10 million naira and or imprisonment for any agency of the federal government other than FIRS to demand for books or returns for the purposes of tax. It is also an offense to carry out the function of assessment, collection or enforcement of tax or pay any portion of tax revenue to any person or into any account other than the relevant accounts designated by the Constitution or relevant laws of the National Assembly. It pays to pay your tax. This message is brought to you by the Federal Inland Revenue Service, FIRS.
Welcome back. We have in our hands a public notice from the FIRS under the hand of the Acting Executive Chairman FIRS, Dr. Zacchaeus Adedeji, on a planned national VAT and withholding tax compliance monitoring exercise. Pursuant to sections 2, 8, 26 and 29 of the FIRS Establishment Act 2007 as amended, notice is hereby given to all taxable persons or tax agents, including NGOs, MDAs of governments at the federal, state, and local levels that The FIRS shall embark on a nationwide VAT and withholding tax compliance monitoring exercise with effect from Monday, the 23rd of October 2023. As a result, teams of officers from the service shall visit selected taxpayers, taxable persons, including companies, NGOs, and MDAs, to review their VAT and withholding tax records. The exercise shall cover 2019 to 2022 accounting years for taxable persons whose records have been audited by the service up to 2018 accounting year. However, for taxpayers whose records have not been audited by the service up to 2018, the exercise shall be extended to include the prior years that have not been tax audited. All taxable persons or tax agents who have deductions of VAT and withholding tax on behalf of the service are required to immediately remit all such deductions to the FIRS within 2 weeks of this publication. Taxable persons or tax agents who shall be visited for the VAT or withholding tax compliance monitoring exercise will be notified by the FIRS, and the documents required for the exercise will be listed in the letters to selected entities. For more enquiries, contact National Tax Compliance 2023 at firs.gov.ng. We conclude with this clincher from the Awolowo Road meeting.
Mr. Aderemi, you said that what would be my vision, what will I want the staff to remember me for? So I want to recouch it, that what should Nigeria remember all of us for? Because I'm also staff of the service. So, so the right question should be that what should Nigeria, during our own time, remember us for? Not what staff. Who am I? I'm just one of you. So, and this is a collective work that all of us will do here. But just to put it in proper perspective, we want to leave the service that is data-driven and merit signpost. And what does that mean? Everywhere in the world, revenue mobilization is about data. And then it is our responsibility to make sure both movable and immovable assets of Nigeria is tagged and is linked together. So if there is anything you heard about my speech about innovation, I've studied revenue administration in the last 15 years of my life, being former commissioner of finance, working as a consultant. And what I've discovered, that the only thing that works is data. And that is the same word that in God we trust. Everybody must bring data. And that is why I said in my speech that it can never be rumor, it can never be emotion. And I said merit. And that is part of what I've discussed with my management team here, that the kind of service and the kind of role, by God's grace, we are going to, it has to be on merit. If you have what to add, if you have the ability to add value, this is your place. But if you are here, honestly, you don't have anything to have other than to come and tell me this one is good, this one is bad, please start looking for another job. This is not your place. That I can tell you. Will be data driven, and I mean it. Will be data driven, and we are not God. We will not say we are going to be perfect, but as humanly possible, our decision will be based on available data, and merit will be number one. Merit will be number two. Merit will be number three.
Data, data, data. Merit, merit, merit. We wish the chairman the best of luck as we enjoin all staff across all the formations of the FIRS to join hands with the acting executive chairman FIRS. To our viewers, do have a lovely week ahead. Thank you for watching.